Well, it's great to see everybody today. My name is Scott Armstrong. I'm one of the co-managers of the Academy for the CFLPA. And on a Sunday morning, Adam Bighill has been gracious enough to get up and talk to us about his career that he's been working on for a couple of years while he's playing ball. Adam, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, no, happy to do it.
Very good. Adam's in the financial services industry, and we're going to talk about what that could look like for you if you're considering a career after football in the financial services. Adam, I know I'm going to go off cue here a little bit, but just to give the guys a sense, how long have you been working in the financial planning services industry?
Yeah, I'm going on my fifth year. I started in 2019. It's now 2024. Um, so I've been playing football professionally for 14 years, and for the last five, while playing, started a career as a financial advisor. Um, I work with Wellington Altus Private Wealth, which is an independent brokerage. So my path was taking the Canadian Securities course, um, which gives me the ability to buy and sell stocks, bonds, ETFs, private equity, banknotes, what have you. Everything from a mutual fund to a stock to everything in between, we can sell. So, yeah, I've been doing it for about 5 years now.
Okay. Now, out of school, what was your undergrad in?
Yeah, my undergrad was kinesiology with a clinical physiology specialty. On the side of that, I also got the pre-med prerequisites done. So football wasn't going to work out. I was actually looking at going the orthopedic route probably.
Okay, that's a little bit of a pivot on the line there, kind of thing. So, what got you interested in the financial services?
Yeah, it was really my first year in the CFL 2011. We won the Grey Cup, and I got a bonus check. A nice little bonus for winning the Grey Cup, and I had to kind of decide what I wanted to do with it. And so I started investing right there as a young professional. I just quickly realized, being a smart guy, knowing a lot about math, knowing a lot about statistics and science, and having a passion for it. Um, I realized that the investing path that I was on wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I just didn't know the vast landscape of the financial industry, and I didn't know what was available to me. I felt like I just made a mistake going with the investment group that I went with, and I just felt like I wasn't getting proper advice. I didn't have the right selection of funds to invest my money in. I learned that the fees were way too high for what I was getting, and I was stuck in the product. They put me in a product that if you sold it early, you took a massive penalty. So, I was frustrated quickly. That made me want to learn how to manage my money for the rest of my life and not make those same mistakes. That was really the spark that I needed, and so I started my education. In 2013, I met some very influential people and leaders and mentors in Vancouver when I was playing for the BC Lions that showed me the way, gave me a lot of books to read, a lot of a path to kind of follow, and um, fast forward a couple of years after that, started working at Canadian Securities course to get ready to get my license.
So tell me what was going in the gray matter there. You're thinking about your career. You're still early in your career because you're talking 13 years ago when you're doing this. What was a lot of guys are having a tough time thinking about life after the failure. What was going on in your head that made you take some action steps?
You know, I didn't exactly know what I wanted to do. I know when I was starting the family in 2014, 15, that I wasn't going back to med school. Like I just didn't have the capability of doing that. I'd been training athletes and working in that space, and I really liked it. I have a passion for it. I still do work with athletes on an online training program I have. I still have a passion there, but I knew it wasn't going to be the lifestyle that I wanted. I wanted to create something that was a business, so something that was mine, something where I can make money when I sleep, something where I had flexibility of time to be with my family. Obviously, I could coach. A lot of people said I should coach. Um, I think I do very well at it. Hired and fired and moving across the country, Canada, United States, all over the place, make good money. But the lifestyle isn't really what I wanted for my family. I've had a selfish career playing this long and doing it at a high level and spending so much time training and focusing, dedicating my energy to the game of football. I just wanted to be able to, when I'm done, be able to give back to my family, which led me to finding another solution. And then something I was passionate about ended up becoming the financial space. And, so I think, that was kind of the path that got me here.
Very good. And I think those are very wise words to have. So you're not going to have any kind of cold start when your days on the field are sort of behind you type of thing. You mentioned, you started investing, when you got your bonus check in 2011 for the Grey Cup, and then wanted to optimize your ROI on that investment. You've been in the financial services industry for a while now, so this is a really cool question to ask you. What does it take to be successful? Because from the outsider's perspective, it can look pretty daunting.
Yeah, it takes a people person for sure. You have to be comfortable building relationships and maintaining relationships and being able to speak to really anybody. You in this business need to provide confidence and value to people, right? Value that you're going to take care of the money in the right way, and confidence that you know what you're doing and how you're going to do it. You can portray that via your body language and your communication to a client. And, so you need to be able to do those things. You need to be able to, have these people's confidence that you're going to do the best job for them. And, those are the things that you need to enjoy to be able to get up and go to work and be able to do to be able to execute this job.
Okay. I'm somebody who's playing 2 or 3 years. I'm early in my career here. Um, you know, Players often have skills they don't realize that they acquire through football that are really relevant in the business world. Now, what would you say from a financial service perspective? What do a lot of guys already have that would serve them well?
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing you have that nobody else really has is a name. People know who you are because you're in the CFL. You have a name that, oh, I know that guy. He plays for they know you. They don't know who you are, but they know you. So you'll find that when you go have a first couple meetings with people, they don't know you, but they'll tell you, hey, I really enjoyed our conversation. I don't know why, but I feel like I trust you. I really, you being a known name gives people confidence that, you're going to do right by them. You're not Joe Blow from the street trying to convince somebody that, you're a good person. Your CFL career has been in the spotlight, and if you manage that the right way, people know all the good things about you and all the bad things about you. So hopefully you have a lot of good things to talk about. So the first thing you have is you have your name that's going to go a long ways. The other thing is, we've worked hard to get where we are, and I'll tell you that the general population, the average person doesn't work hard. So you'll come into this business with a routine of understanding how to be successful, what it takes to study, what it takes to work, and the hours you put in. And stuff will be easy for you because other people really don't want to do that and they do the bare minimum. And we're used to, going above and beyond, and that's normal for us.
Okay. The financial services label, very broad. And just, could you take 30 seconds or a minute or so and just tell us specifically within the financial service industry, where's your specialty?
Yeah, my specialty is in more or less wealth management. So selecting securities and aligning them with people's goals. So whether, people have goals to buy a house, their first house, or they're saving for their future, or they're, saving for their children's education, all of the above, you create a roadmap and a plan and align investments with a client. So that is where my specialty lies. We have a financial planner on our team that I work with my clients to have financial plans. And I'm currently working on my chartered investment manager certificate, which is makes you a portfolio manager, which means right now for most clients, I'll be using ETFs and funds, mutual funds for some of my top clients and building all stock portfolios. When I'm a portfolio manager, it'll give me more authority and ability to build all stock portfolios and manage them on behalf of all my clients in a very seamless fashion. So that's currently what I'm working on adding on top of my designations.
Mhm. It's a never-ending pursuit, isn't it? Just to keep upskilling yourself.
Yeah, there's continuing ed that needs to be done every 2 years. There's a a cycle that you have to get a certain amount of continuing ed done. So I also have my derivatives license, so I can we can do futures or different kinds of options trading, right? Puts or calls, stuff like that. So I have that as well. But yeah, the continuing ed. I mean, if we go back to real quick to like what also helped me get into this industry after I got into the CFL, I realized I had a lot of time. Even though like I was early in my career, I found myself like actually on plane trips, on away trips, not doing anything other than playing video games, and I'm like,
Yeah, yeah,
I had a thirst for knowledge actually to kind of start learning again.
yeah, yeah.
And I'd say also too, like I recognize that I miss learning. I miss leveling up and figuring out new things to learn. So I figured that was also something good to mention.
Next question is the two-parter, and you can take it whatever one you want. You've been in the industry for a few years now. First part is going to be, what is it you really like? And also the opposite of that, like what's really challenging or you prefer not to have to deal with?
Yeah, what do I really like? I really like building relationships with people, and I really like the confidence that I can ensue in my clients that we're going to do the right things and make the right decisions. I mean, when you're managing millions of dollars in people's life savings and their networks, like it's a big responsibility. Um, and you know, there's a lot of job satisfaction knowing that you're giving a client the right tools and the right solutions to give them the best opportunity to succeed. Everyone knows that there's risks within the market. Our job is to take the most calculated risks and align them with our clients. And for me, the part I enjoy as well is being with a firm like Wellington Altus, being an independent brokerage. We have the full menu in our hands, from any fund in the market to private equity to any bond. Like I can buy anything for a client. I'm not restricted to, just the Investors Group mutual fund portal. I'm not restricted to just the RBC mutual fund, whether it's, balanced, aggressive, max growth, or conservative. Like those are your four options. And now we have 10,000 plus options. So I really enjoy that part of the job, as well as being able to craft um, the right solutions for clients with the entire market at our fingertips. The thing that, that I would least enjoy, um, really is just paperwork. The paperwork, there's a lot of paperwork to dot your I's
Uh,
and cross your T's and to process. And when you start in this business, you're going to be doing your own paperwork. Aren't making enough money. You're not important enough yet. You're not large enough yet that anyone is going to assign you an associate to do your paperwork. So you're going to learn the compliance side, the paperwork side. You're going to learn how to be efficient there. I've fortunately grown enough now that I actually hired my own associate now to be able to handle all the background stuff that is not business generated. Like my focus now is finding business and meeting clients, meeting prospects, meeting with people, and allowing my associate to do the back end work that doesn't involve building business, which is great. And I'm so happy I'm in that place now. But that's a grind to get there, and surely you will get there. But that the beginning of the road, the paperwork part is probably the least favorite.
I don't think anyone's going to say it's their favorite part. It's just part of the toolkit you got to have.
Yeah,
Um, I'm a guy. I'm in the locker room now. I'm listening to this webcast and going, "Hey, this is really cool. I've got a BA,
yeah.
psych, a general BA here. If I was to take next steps forward, Adam, what would you suggest?"
Yeah, you want to go to the Canadian Securities Institute online. So it's csi.ca. If you go there, there's endless things you can look at, but you can go through and click on credentials, corporate solutions, exams, and figure out the path. There's a bunch of different paths that CSI offers within the financial industry. Like you talked about, it's a big range. You can find courses that help you manage, be a bank manager and branch manager. You can find courses that will lead you along the way to be in my path as a financial advisor. You can take path to be, a registered representative, so you can be an associate of an advisor. There's a lot of different avenues you can take, but you won't know what the path is until you go to CSI and look and you click on what is it you want to do, and it'll pull up the course list of here's what you got to do: A, B, C, and D. This is how you get there, and you get your certificate. So, it's pretty simple. Just go there, start doing some research, and figure out what you want to do.
Would you recommend, if there's that interest and they check out the website, some sort of job shadow or getting in contact with someone they know, just to have the face-to-face to find out what it's really like?
I always recommend that, no matter what industry, whatever you want to do. And you gotta find a mentor. You gotta find somebody in the industry who's willing to tell you, and show you what it is and what you can expect. You got to do that before you jump all in. And if you don't know somebody, reach out to someone like me, or you don't feel comfortable, find somebody, Google someone's name, call them, tell them who you are and what you want to do, and I'm almost guaranteed they're going to say yes, because most people don't actually take that initiative to actually show how serious you are and what you want to do, and people will be very impressed by that kind of initiative. I've fielded many calls from our players, and I've had many different discussions with former players who are in the industry. So I am available as a resource as well. But definitely a job shadow or a bunch of questions are helpful. Not only do you want to learn what it takes, you want to learn what not to do. That's what mentors really help you do, is tell you, hey, well, when doing this, I wouldn't have done this, this, and this, and I would have just focused on that. Those are some of the hugest benefits you can learn. It's okay, well, I know what not to do now, which is great.
It's a very important one. The beginning of our chat here, Adam, you talked about, a lifestyle for your family and, taking care of them and things like that. And part of that consideration is monetary, that you've got certain needs and expectations. If someone's watching this and going, listen, I'm interested in this. If I'm 2-3 years into this or 5 years in this, what kind of income, and I know it's a range, but what kind of money can one look if they're working reasonably well?
Yeah, did you give a time frame there? Sorry. Or
it could be, 2-3 years, and then when you're more established, sort of 5+ years. Yeah.
Sure. Well, when I came into this industry, everyone told me, it's a great industry to get into monetary wise. In the early part of your career, you're severely underpaid, and the back end of your career, you're severely overpaid. So what does that mean? When I came in, I was making no salary. I was just on commissions, catch, and eat what you kill. I started not even being able to pay any parking or my phone bill for the first year, as I started building into this. So I would say, depending on what firm you're in and the kind of contract you have, you could be making anywhere from just commissions on what you make could be, a couple $100 to start a month on commissions, until you start going up to maybe even having a salary of 40,000 plus commissions, depending on who you're with. So I'd say there is a range between the first couple of years of 0 to 60,000, and then on top, as you grow from there, usually you have a time frame which your salary will drop off, and you're going to be only on commissions. So most people will get you started. You need to start building your business to be able to overtake salary and have your commissions start eating for you. So, at the 3 year mark, hopefully you're around 65 to 85, and then probably, 5 year, maybe 150, and, 10 year, 450, and 20 year, maybe, 7 figures a year. So, like you said, it starts slow. It's fairly underpaid to begin with, and then it's really overpaid at the end. And why is that? Well, this industry and the clients you're going to be working with need to have confidence, and generally more confidence comes from gray hair. And the older you get, more experience you get, the more people will trust you. So I recommend definitely trying to align yourself with a group of other advisors or another partner that has a lot of experience that you can bring into meetings with you, and someone that can just be that backup for you when you find a $5 million potential client. They may not sign on the line for you, but you loop them into a joint meeting with your advisor partner, and you guys tag team the meeting, he can kind of help run it. Like that's a great situation for you, right? Doing this by yourself, with no help, not exactly what the way I would recommend it. I would definitely look to find a partner, or someone who's willing to take you in the understudy. Because listen, you have a name, you have a work ethic that the general population and other people entering the industry do not have. So you have a lot of value that you can find a good situation. Then you just got to be able to back that up and get it done.
Fair enough. I know I speak at the Canadian Institute of Financial Planners, and when I was at the conference this past year, so many of them were saying, I want to get out of the business, a lot of boomers, but they don't know how to get out of the business. They can't find anybody to come in and take over their business. That may have been an isolated thing. Have you seen that kind of trend at all?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of books that are up for sale. And what does that mean? There's a lot of advisors wanting to retire that have 50 to 75 to $100 million worth of assets that they manage for clients. And they want to move those clients onto somebody else. And there's a lot of opportunity for young guys entering the industry to find somebody like that who's wanting to transition and doing that over a 3 to 5 year plan. You come in, start learning, start meeting with the clients, with the partner, and start building a relationship. And the transition process is already underway, where you will eventually buy their book, and you'll have all of the clients, right? So you buy the book, either by financing it through the bank or financing it through the advisor by paying him off the revenue the book generates over a 3 to 5 year term. Very, very doable. It's where I would say over half of the people in this industry, if you've been in the industry for 10 years, will have bought a book from somebody, or a piece of a book from somebody, because it is the fastest way and easiest way to grow. So a lot of opportunity going on right there right now. Like, I haven't bought a book. I would be open to looking at it, but I've been doing pretty well building my own, and
Yeah.
so we'll see.
Very good. And what I heard you say about the income there is, you've got to put in your tryout years to, and getting your stuff going. But when you can get low to mid six figure income going on, which a lot of it's annual, renewals, isn't it, with your clients? You're
Yeah,
taking the 1-2% type of thing each year.
yeah. So the way this works is really, you are building a reoccurring revenue.
Hmm.
Just that's the model, right? Every year you're getting a trailer or paid out what you're charging your clients for advice. Usually going to be around 1%, right? So the nice thing is generally the markets are going up every single year. So I mean, if you're managing 10 million today, well, if the markets go up, 5%, that's going to be an extra 500,000 that you're managing next year, and you didn't have to bring on any more clients. It's 10,500,000 you're managing, right? And so these numbers scale very nice, and so the markets are your friend in building your business.
That's
And
the biggest smile I've seen on your face when we're talking.
well, it's one thing to say, well, I'm going to go out and build a $50 million book, and you got to find $50 million of assets. But when if you get to 50 million, by the time you get there, probably you're going to have 15 to 20% of that might be from compound growth of your client's money, right? So maybe you brought in 35, and over the 5 year span, it's grown to 50, right? So that's nice, right? You're growing with your clients, which is exactly the way it should be, right? You're getting rewarded for doing good things for your clients.
Thanks, Adam. That's fantastic. Any sort of closing thoughts for the guys who are listening to this?
Yeah, I think the people who bring the most value in this industry are people that have more tools. I found out right away that the people in the firm that I was working with did not have enough tools to be able to take care of my wealth and build my wealth. If you're a high net worth individual, which these are the people that you want to work with, if you're in this industry, you want to work with them. They want to work with people who have tools and ability to service them, not give them, one ticket solutions and that's all you have to offer. They want to know that you've, looked high and dry for the right solutions, the right answers for them. And then you are able to give them confidence that you have that. So I would recommend, doing the CSE, having a securities license allows you to be able to sell and buy anything for clients. And aligning yourself with a firm that believes in being able to deliver these kinds of solutions for clients, right? Not just one ticket solutions, right? So those are some of the biggest things that I would recommend, and those are the things that I knew I was looking for, and it's been great. It's been a great solution so far for me and for my clients. Another thing I would recommend for guys who are interested in doing this is try to start doing this while you're playing. You know, it's going to be hard, yes, but you know, I've been doing it for 5 years. It's totally possible, but you need a few things. You need to be able to align yourself with a firm and a partner and or support that understands your situation. You're playing football and you want to build a business. They need to understand that you're only going to be able to dedicate certain amounts of time to this. And they need to support you doing that. But you want to get your feet into this business before you're done playing, because like I said, when you start in this business, there's not a lot. Like you're not going to walk into a 6-figure job. You're going to walk into building something. And if you start building while you're playing, you're going to walk out when you're retired with a very, very good launching pad and a pretty good salary that will be replacing likely your football salary right away and going up from there. You know, so that's why I always try to get guys to think about doing something while playing. Because you don't want to when you don't know when the game's going to be over. You really don't. So you just want to start now, utilize your time and ensure that you give yourself the best chance of success.
Fair enough. And thanks for those words. And that's what your academy is here for, guys. We have a lot of different contacts. So please take advantage and reach out. Adam, can't thank you enough for taking time out of you're on a bye week right now to talk to us. I really appreciate it.
All good. Happy to do it.